Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. I am so excited, as always, to be here with you guys. It is mid-month. Sometimes I even have to check what month we're on and definitely the days. And I love that working from home and being a mom, I just get to roll with it. Like I literally take my life 1 hour at a time, which may or may not be a good thing. But thank you for jumping on. We probably have some new faces, so welcome. Every Monday morning, we get together for just a quick Monday motivation, working our businesses together, cheering each other on. I'm going to give you guys a quote, a little bit of a brain dump, and then just some things to think about, but we are going to try to get some work done today. So thank you for being here. Whenever I'm getting ready in the mornings, I'm always like, okay, Lord, what should we chat about today? And you guys, a lot of times, just get to be part of Note to Self or whatever the brain dump is for that day. I'm just going to share it with you. And I really feel like one of the ways that I started growing was when I learned something, I was like, well, I just learned this and this is new to me. So I need to tell somebody. And it was a really great way to kind of retain information and kind of help me to process through everything I was learning, whether it's in parenting or marriage or, our work from home business, whatever the case might be. So a lot of these power hours have kind of turned into that so we can all kind of learn and grow together. As I'm sharing this quote, if you guys want to shout yourself out for any wins this last week, I know we talked about last week energy and all the things. So if you have any specific wins for the week, I would love to hear it. But this quote came up after having like an amazing weekend. I have been thinking and processing a lot about the blessing it is to have a work from home opportunity and to be able to share in moments that matter most. And I'll kind of share a little bit of my decision making hierarchy if that comes up. But this quote is what I wanted to start with today. Time is our most precious commodity, and yet most of us live as if we have all of the time in the world. Time is free, but it's priceless. You can spend it, but you cannot store it. Once you've used it, you can never get it back. I feel like that could be applied to anything and everything. Specific to what we do here on Monday mornings for our power hour, I just want to kind of shift back to the commodity of time and the management of time. And a lot of time in our businesses, we're like, well, I don't have time to grow my business. Or that's a lot of times that's one of those top, three objections that we hear when people are like, sorry, I can't do this with you because I don't have time. And over and over and over, I keep thinking to myself, am I being proactive or reactive? And am I managing my time well? Because I promise we all have 15 minutes here, 15 minutes there, areas in our lives where if we get super, super focused, we can start seeing benefits for how we spend our time and apply it to our businesses. I shared a file in our chat that is related to something that I shared with Shanna Joseph, and she's just so wonderful and made it all beautiful and pretty. So if you are thinking to yourself, I don't have 3 hours to sit down and work my business. I want you to pull up that PDF and pick one thing. Pick one thing that will take you 5 minutes or 3 minutes and just do something. And if there are pockets of time that you can do something for your business, just don't let 7 or 10 days go by, 2 weeks, a month, 6 months where you're like, oh yeah, I probably should get to that. For me, a lot of times it's like, well, I want to have a really pretty PDF or a presentation. I haven't set up a new VIP Zoom because I haven't made the pretty PDF yet. Well, here we are 14 years in and I still am not good at Canva and making presentations. So that's a reactive knee jerk to that's not one of my skill sets where I just need to get on and share what I want to share, right? I need to just use time wisely and know that it's a commodity of time. The difference between being proactive and reactive is huge. Oh my gosh, I'm going to wake up and my morning didn't start like it started, and got the kids late to school, and then this and this and this, and then you've got this spiral of your day happening to you. Whereas if you were to plan it and be proactive and tell your time where to go, a lot of time that sets you up a little bit differently. So we are going to, right now, we're going to take 3 minutes. And if you're like me and you just need to take a deep breath and say, okay, it is the middle of April. I don't know where I am. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm like randomly throwing posts out there. We're going to take a deep breath, and I want to give you 3 minutes. Hopefully, you have a pen and a paper or your note section on your phone, and I want you to brain dump. I want you to just put it all out on paper, whether it's you have to go to the grocery store and the post office, or then more specifically, who am I supposed to talk to? What am I putting off for my business? And we are just going to like take a deep breath and do our mid-month check-in. So you've got 3 minutes, super fast. We are going to get our lives together. I want you to brain dump onto a piece of paper so that we can be proactive in planning what we're going to be doing. I feel like that's an exercise that could be done. We probably need to do that multiple times a day. I've started leaving a notepad and a pen on my kitchen counter because sometimes my brain, when it just starts spinning, I can start creating this, gloom and doom scenario. And when I just put it on paper and can put a checklist by it, a lot of times that helps. I don't know about you, but you may be feeling like that with your business. Like just the wheels are spinning, so you don't know where to go or what to do. So I want you, when you have a chance, to pull up that PDF, and I'll pull it up on a screen share in just a little bit. But I want to just share an example with you. So this weekend, I deliberately put my phone away for most of the weekend. My sister was in town from out of town. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to enjoy the moments. And I did. But there were 5 minute pockets of time where I was still able to answer questions from prospects. I was still able to ask a friend if they were going to be starting their reset, and they said no. So I was able to check that off my list and move it to next week when she wants to start the reset. So there were still some little baby things that I was able to do to where I was feeling productive and in control and on top of things, even though I was still being able to, enjoy everything. But I want to give you guys an example of using time proactively. This is not going to be an AI chat GPT class. I just want to let you know that there is a free tool that when you learn how to use it, can help you in the time management piece. Because for me, it's the details that overwhelm me. For me, it's like, well, I know all of these things that I want to do, but I don't have it in a clear, concise, whatever format, which is why when Shannon made that PDF, I was like, my brain just started like relaxing. It made me feel good to see a beautiful heading with a nice font. Like, I don't know how to do that. So she did it for us. But I got a few Chat GPT, which is a free AI tool that you can type stuff in and it gives you information back. And in a matter of 10 minutes, sitting on my couch, I want to tell you all of the things that it did for me. And I told it what I was looking for. I said, I want to create a 90-day action plan for helping to rank up. So in less than 10 minutes, I had a 90-day action plan. I gave it a lot of prompts and variables, and I'll explain that in a second. So I had a 90-day action plan. I had a daily, weekly consistency plan of both daily non-negotiables and weekly non-negotiables. I had a weekly strategy content list for ideas for what to post every single day for 7 days. In that content plan, I told it I wanted to focus on wellness, movement, growth mindset, and attraction marketing. And then it gave me weekly post ideas to cycle generally. Like when I tell you, if I made an ebook with everything that I was able to get out of my head and onto paper, it would probably be a 40-page guide. And it was just knowing what to ask it. And I will post some of those things for you guys in the messenger chat just so you can see. But it's only as good as the questions that you ask it. So today I want to let you know with the whole commodity of time, are we being proactive or reactive? Doing your brain dump, I want you to ask yourself, am I scrolling or am I planning? Am I setting myself up for success by saying, oh, I'm going to get on social media so I can get an idea for a post? Or are you sitting down saying, here's my post plan? Y'all, it does not, don't overthink it. Monday motivation, testimony Tuesday, wellness Wednesday, pick what you want for Thursday, follow up Friday or freedom Friday. It does not have to be complicated, okay? What if we all spent 30 minutes a week planning instead of just randomly scrolling and decided to be completely proactive with our goals, our dreams, and make those things happen, right? So April 14th, mid-month check-in. This is the last month for convention contest. I posted the graphics in our chat for where do the credits come from? What do the credits earn you? Everybody needs to be at convention. Everybody needs to have their goal for what they're going to do for convention contest. The icon party to me is like bare minimum. Like you have to make it to the icon party. It's going to be a mix of like gold party plus winner's dinner plus gala all rolled into one. So it's going to be absolutely phenomenal. But if for nothing else, if you're like, you know what, I'm going to be at my kids', baseball World Series, which is what has happened for me every single year, and I've kind of made it work. Even if you don't feel like you're going to be at convention, set the goal and make it happen for your credits, just to know that you did the work that you needed to do for that. And so I really want to challenge you and encourage you. You have to have your GPS set up. You have to have a destination for where am I going? And then you have to decide how am I going to get there? So for this ChatGPT prompt, what it gave me, within the post planning, I gave it key features of our PLExus products. And it gave me, and I'll post this for you, it gave me a feature chart and it matched the problem it solves for the featured benefit. So like for Restore, the feature can help you detox from sugar, support regularity, better skin, gut clarity. Like it literally created a chart for the features and benefits of our products and then what problem it solves. So I can make posts for talking points for the products that we have. But for the purpose of today, I want to share with you what it told me about daily non-negotiables for a consistency plan. So I gave it the prompt that I wanted to add 300 new VIPs over the next 90 days on our team. And it had told me the non-negotiables daily. It had said 5 to 10 reach outs. I personally upped it, 10 to 50 reach outs a day, 5 to 10 follow-ups a day, one educational or a value post a day, 3 to 5 stories slides, and make sure to include product, lifestyle, and just interaction and engagement with your, and I'll post this for you guys. Um, Engage in direct messages and comments for a minimum of 30 minutes per day. People that you want, to be on your team, your dream people, members, new team members, all of that. And key, track progress daily. We cannot celebrate our small wins if we do not have a tracking system. I don't care what it is. I have a flow sheet here somewhere, but I'm not going to waste time finding it. You have to be able to say, well, this didn't work out. Why? Oh, because I only talked to one person this week, right? You have to track the metrics. You can't say this, I'm not successful, or this didn't work if you don't have a way to track what you're actually doing. And then, so the weekly plan for me is use your time to plan content in batches. So just like I told you, have some kind of plan for your Monday motivation, your testimony Tuesday, whatever that is, or a place that you can pull content from. Host at least one live or challenge a week. So that would be a Facebook Messenger. That would be going live for your customer page, or just going live publicly sharing something. One live or challenge a week. Audit your progress and adjust your strategy. You guys know that's one of my favorite sayings. Plan, do, and then you review, and then you adjust, and then you make a new plan, and then you do. Like, that's rinse and repeat over and over again, and then celebrate the small wins along the way. If you have a goal for Ruby and you didn't hit Ruby, it's okay. You have to say, you know what? I did 10 to 50 reach outs a day. I hosted one live every week. Like, you have to be able to celebrate the progress, because you are learning a skill set and you are refining a skill set, and that is helping you. A challenge a week would just be any type of event or something where it could, if you want to use the Monday Meet PLExus and the Thursday calls to invite them, something weekly where you are funneling new people into something. And that was created by ChatGPT to get my brain dump on paper. So I will put some of those things in our messenger chat for you guys. But it just really spoke to me that we have time. We all have the same amount of time. How we use our time, there are people who are doing crazy, awesome, wonderful, phenomenal things. And here I am sitting on my couch, still mindlessly scrolling, right? It's how I choose to use my time and what skill I want to learn in that. And the practical application of that is we're changing lives. We're sharing health and happiness. Does anybody have any thoughts or questions or anything about that so far? You want to celebrate a win? No. Okay. The last thing I'm going to share is a quick highlight of some things that I think will help. So when on the daily non-negotiables, 10 to 50 new reach outs, all of you are probably like, oh my goodness. I just want you to get really good at loving people and asking questions. And that's probably the best training I could give you. If you are loving people and asking great questions, a lot of it is going to fall into place. Phil Jones is one of my favorite authors who talks about what to say. And he really I have some of these typed notes from one of our Emerald and Above Hawaii talks. And he said that if you want to be influential in changing lives, if you start from curiosity, that's a great place to start. Add in empathy, right? Because everybody on this planet needs somebody to say, I see you, I hear you, I understand, or I don't understand, but I'm going to walk this with you. And then courage. And the biggest thing with the courage is when you meet people where they are, and then you're bold enough to ask, hey, I see you struggling with XYZ. If I had something that I know could help, would you be open to me sharing with you? The courage to ask a simple question like that sometimes can feel so overwhelming, right? How many of you on here, though, have asked that question and they say, actually, I do need help with, XYZ. Fill in the blank for anything that we offer, whether it's the products, the opportunity, the community, everything that network marketing has to offer. Have the courage to ask because it's in the asking that drives the action that will move us all forward. So Phil Jones says, ask curious questions to get context. And then you ask empathetic questions to get the content for how you're going to share and how you're going to walk alongside them. And then you ask big, bold action questions to get the action and the results that you're looking for. His last thing that he said was stop counting your conversations and start making conversations count. And I think that is very important, but I also think that in any case, for the purpose of Monday motivation on our, business power hours, we do have to increase the number. We have to increase the asks, increase the connections, increase the relationships, increase the people that we're expanding our network to, all of those things. So I thought that was something that was really, really good. I have like pages, I could literally talk all day for some of this stuff that just has really hit home for me. Casting vision. Absolutely. Great question, Shannon. She said, what's an example of a big, bold question for action? So a lot of times for me, that would be seeing people who have not shared yet for the first time, just saying, listen, I see that you are having amazing results. And I know that there's people that you know who would love to feel as good as you feel. Would you be open to throwing that out on social media? Would you be open to me helping you with the first post and sharing that publicly? I know it can be scary, but I would love to see who we could help that you know. So that would be like an example. Or, when we had the cruise contest that launched, I went through a whole list of people like, hey, I know you haven't even thought about joining me in PLExus. What would you think about if we could earn a free vacation together? And I can share with you what that looks like. Asking somebody to like earn something so big like that, and they've never even said, hey, can I try a sample of your pink drink? For me, that feels like an action question where I'm casting vision saying, listen, I want you to do this with me. I don't only just want you to do this with me. I want you to do this with me, and we're going to earn fun things together, and we're going to go on cruises together, and we're going to change hundreds and thousands of lives together. What do you think? That question, I think, is a question that gets overlooked often. And if we ask those big, scary questions more often to more people, there might be people who are like, yep, let's do it. Tell me what I need to do and show me. And you would probably be surprised at the action that creates when we just ask. And I know that there are so many people who are like, well, Sarah, it only took you 10 years to personally invite me to look at this with you. What took you so long? Like, they're not going to jump in by themselves. They need somebody to be bold and have courage to ask those questions. So great question. Anybody else have any thoughts, questions, ideas, feelings? One question on one of these notes that I have is, if you just simply ask somebody what energizes you, you're going to learn so much about them. And when you ask them what energizes you, that would be a really good prompt for figuring out how you're going to share either the product or the opportunity by listening and being empathetic for helping somebody. If somebody gives you the answer that vacationing in the Caribbean is energizing, or getting around tons of people because they're an extrovert, invite them to convention. Like, just figuring out people's personalities and how to guide that. Just that one simple question, what energizes you or what makes you feel the most energized, could be something that's totally amazing. Okie dokie. So mid-month, you're in one of two groups right now. You have so much going on that you can't keep up, and you're so excited because you're developing silvers all over the place and you're hitting goals and ranks and all the things. Or you're like, where's everybody? Right? Most of us are in one of those two places. And if you're like, hey, where'd everybody go? For me, that's usually I got quiet, and so everybody else got quiet, right? So today, I want you to write down your non-negotiables. And like I said, I'm going to quickly dump all of that in our messenger chat in just a minute. But if you're like, there's crickets out there. Are you posting? Are you sharing? Are you doing lives? Are you in your stories? Are you reaching out? Are you asking questions? Are you having the courage to take action? start the conversations. Let me share this with you really quick while we're on this recording. This is the beautiful, um, lovely. Can you guys see that? This is what Shannon made for us. So at the beginning of the month, it's one of those things where we've got to have a strategy. We've got to know where we are, where we want to be, plan what you need to do, get organized. I love this so much. And I put the PDF in our chat. Thank you, Shannon. It's just beautiful. And then just kind of the checklist for where do I need to be? What do I need to be doing? And it's just simply one of those things. If you've got 5 minutes, 15 minutes, an hour, be proactive in doing and planning, and then go out and make that happen. So this was something that was super helpful for me. But maybe you've got an hour that you can just sit down and love on people in Messenger and ask them questions and have courage and invite people to take a look at what you have, invite them to meet PLExus, for tonight, whatever that case might be. So thank you so much for that. And like I said, you guys have the PDF, so I'm not going to leave that up there for too long. Be proactive, do your brain dump, ask curious questions, show empathy, and then have courage to do the hard, scary things. And then really managing your time. Let me give you guys really quick. Let's see. I see that you guys are in the chat. Hold on. Abby says, I have a new team member that I wanted to ask a big, scary question for 2 years, and I did. Showed up one day, and now she's one away from Fast Start Silver. See, that's it. You just have to ask. You just have to ask. I absolutely love that. And those are the wins that I'm talking about. There was one other thing on here. Your success is directly related to the quality of asks, quality and quantity of asks. Fear is the fertilizer of growth. There's one for you. Do it scared. I'm just going to give you guys this non-negotiable checklist really quick. Put it in the messenger chat. And I'm also going to put the convention contest stuff in here for you guys because you've got to know what you want to accomplish and how you're going to get that and what the credits are. So go and be a CEO for a moment and figure out where are your credits, where do you want them to be, what do you want to earn, and then I'll just share with you. I was a part of the very first convention, and there was like 242 people there. There's a few of you on here who were there. And I will never forget, I was on, so it was like a side ballroom. Like we just had like one little side room of the hotel. And so there was two sections, one main aisle down the middle and two sections. This was 14 years ago, you guys, 15 years ago almost. And I was a brand new silver. I had no idea what to wear. I'm like, what do you wear to a convention? I didn't even know what a convention was. And I was on the third row back on the left side. And I will never forget sitting in that room, listening to what was possible, what was already happening in our company, and hearing people stand up. It was literally so small that they're like, who wants to share their testimony? And Janet Franks got up. She was on the right side of the room, probably 2 rows back. And they gave her a microphone and she shared this life-changing testimony. I was like, I want that. I want to help tens of thousands of people feel like what she just shared with that testimony. I mean, that's what convention did for me. I left that room. I was like, I don't even know what this is, but I'm in. I'm all in, put all my chips on the table. I was like, we are doing this. And so I want to encourage you, if you're like, I don't know if I should go, I don't even really know what it is, or I don't want to go by myself, or whatever the case might be. This is your challenge to do it scared and get to Dallas, because convention is what fuels. So it plants the seeds of what's possible, and then it throws gasoline on you getting out there and setting goals and making it happen. The rank breakout sessions are usually the most amazing, tangible action steps from people, ambassadors who are sharing stories of this is what we're doing, this is how we were successful. And when I see people in our company who are like, yep, I messaged 100 people today, I'm like, that's what they're doing. That's what I maybe need to do. Or, yep, this is the podcast I'm listening to. Yep, gonna go listen to that podcast on repeat. When people are successful, successful people leave clues, and our company has done an amazing job of helping to highlight, hey, these are the people in the field who are seeing massive momentum. And that's where those worksheets from last week came, with what Brittany and Christina it gave us. It was like this huge, wonderful breakout session. They're like, here's all of our hard work in a beautiful PDF for what you need to do to get stuff done. So get to convention, set your goals, get to work, track what you're doing, celebrate the small wins, do your brain dump, guys. Like, get it out of your brain and onto paper. I will, if you have Chat GPT, I will give you some of the prompts that I used. And you just have to fill in. I was very specific with who I wanted to add, what I wanted my goal to be. I told Chat GPT, listen, I need 300 new VIPs on my team, like as fast as possible. I need you to help me with a working plan for what this looks like. And then it'll say at the end of that, it'll say, okay, here's this information. Would you like me to help you with a content planning calendar for what you can post this week? Absolutely. So then I say yes, and it just like keeps building. And then every time I get an answer, I dump it over to notes or Facebook group. And I'm planning on composing all of that like as a file for myself to actually have and use and print up and all that. Don't get bogged down in that. But my brain just needed the steps. Like, I have the big vision. I just need you to tell me. Reach out to 10 to 50 people every day. Do a Facebook Live every day. Post 3 to 5 stories every day. Like, that's the daily action work that's going to help move the needle. Anybody have any thoughts, questions, anything before we jump off and get to work? It's about you. Like, I usually sit after this goes off and then get to work. So I hope that you guys have found it beneficial to like get this 30 minutes of motivation and planning out of the way. And then you can just sit down quietly and get to work for whatever amount of time that you have. I encourage you to please do that. So I appreciate you guys so much. You guys motivate me to show up. Yep. Small steps repeated daily over time produces massive results. If I ever were to get a tattoo, that's probably what it would be, because I say it all the time. I'll get one of those really pretty rib ones or something like. Not really. But that, like, it can roll off my tongue because I'm like, dang it, just do the thing. Just go do one thing. One thing today, and then one thing tomorrow, and then one thing the next. It's not glamorous. It's not dramatic. The people who are making stuff happen are doing the small things behind the scenes when nobody asks them to, and nobody's saying, hey, did you do that? Right? So just keep showing up. And I will tell you guys, I still have people who are like, you keep posting about this stuff 10 years later, I guess I need you to tell me about it still. So it's the consistency that matters. Consistency that matters. So anyway, love you guys. Get to work. Get to work.